If Bitcoin Layer 2 technology and wallet infrastructure continue to advance, Blockstream's CEO Adam Back predicts that Bitcoin's price might hit $10 million by the end of the sixth halving in 2032, Ionov. Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. This video will predict the Bitcoin price for coming years with the help of some expert detailing. Let's get started. The Bitcoin Core contributor outlined the conditions under which Hal Finney's $10 million price prediction for BTC could come true in a Twitter discussion dated February 12. Back pointed out that the price of BTC has increased by an average of 200% every year since 2013, and he went on to explain that if this growth rate keeps up, Bitcoin's price will hit $10 million, and its market cap will rise to $200 million in 9 years. According to Back, though, faster progress in Bitcoin Layer 2 technology and wallet infrastructure is required to provide sufficient time for these breakthroughs to grow. I think things should become interesting for the next two halves. Very quickly, there needs to be more time to expand the infrastructure needed to support the technology. We need a censorship-resistant cold storage solution where the next billion users can keep their individual UTXOs, and without compromising the integrity of the main chain. Back speculated that this would entail a compromise between sidechains and drive chains. More optimization of Lightning. We only have a little time because technology matures slowly. Wallets, interoperability, integration. Before we talk more about the prediction of prices of BTC, let's talk about how whales can significantly impact the price of digital assets. Number 1. The impact of whales, a critical evaluation. The term whale is commonly used to describe extremely wealthy investors who control a disproportionately large portion of a market. The price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies may be significantly influenced by the actions of whales in the cryptocurrency market. Recent evidence and statistics point to whale participation in the market as a possible cause of the recent volume increase. Their actions can be dissected for insights into the market's direction, aiding investors in making smart choices. Bitcoin whales, or those who own more than $1 million worth of BTC, recently bought more at lower prices. From what we can see in the on-chain statistics, this buying binge peaked after the FTX crash in November of 2022. The actions of these whales indicate that they believe the bad mood around Kraken's suspension of crypto staking services will be temporary, and that they are taking advantage of the situation by purchasing large sums of BTC at prices below the $22,000 level. Number 2. Now let's get back to the price prediction: surges in hyper-Bitcoinization. Adam Back also suggests that hyper-Bitcoinization bursts could be the source of the next wave of adoption, a situation where hyperinflation causes a stampede to Bitcoin. Inflation of traditional currencies could encourage individuals to invest in Bitcoin. He was disheartened by the failure of the efforts to institutionalize Bitcoin as a financial asset. By now, Bitcoin could have fully been utilized as interest on mortgages secured by real estate. Concerningly, the financialization of Bitcoin remains in its infancy. Bitcoin-based financial goods, mortgage-backed real estate, and Bitcoin-backed interest. Such products foster growth and adoption. The $10 million goal requires significant shifts in the premiums now held in bond, gold, real estate, and stock portfolios as alternative stores of value. As this was written, the price of Bitcoin was $21,640.09. Many assume that the recent increase in Bitcoin's trading volume and price is due to large investors increasing their cryptocurrency holdings. This is a typical occurrence in the cryptocurrency market, where huge purchases by whales, a term for market manipulators, can artificially inflate demand and prices. It's worth noting that there are other potential drivers of Bitcoin price increases. Example: rising demand and prices can be caused by rising interest and acceptance of cryptocurrencies among individual and institutional investors. It's also possible that Bitcoin's rising popularity as a hedge against inflation and a haven for savings has anything to do with the currency's recent price appreciation. Remember that Bitcoin is a highly speculative and volatile asset whose price can vary significantly quickly. Large investors are likely behind the recent uptick in price, but they could cause a precipitous fall by selling. Bitcoin first appeared on the market in July 2010 with a price of $0.0008. The subsequent years saw Bitcoin's price rise to $250 in 2013 as investors sought to buy Bitcoin and gain exposure to this new technology. But Bitcoin became widely used in the middle of 2017. In the second half of 2017, Bitcoin's value increased by almost 2,300%, hitting over $19,000. After reaching this peak, Bitcoin was subject to a prolonged bear market, losing around 85% of its value. There were a few brief upswings here and there, but the real action didn't start until late 2020. Bitcoin increased in value by more than 540% between September 2020 and April 2021, when its price peaked at $64,700. After a brief correction, the price of Bitcoin skyrocketed again, this time to a record high of $68,789 on CoinMarketCap. Since then, the aftermath of FTX's collapse has significantly impacted the current Bitcoin stock price. While Bitcoin wasn't involved, the failure's ripple effect has caused many investors to sell their crypto. Due to this, Bitcoin's value has declined, which is a bad outcome. As a result, Bitcoin is currently trading near the $23,100 mark. Bitcoin's weekly price forecast is quite optimistic. Multiple factors contribute to this conclusion. A long-term declining resistance line had been in place since the previous high was first breached. Later, it was confirmed as a solid foundation, green icon. The Bitcoin price then started climbing and eventually reached above the $19,300 level. This spot is significant because it marks 2017's peak. The focus shifted to the provision of aid in June of that year. Having it reclaimed is bullish since it invalidates the prior breakdown, red circle. In conclusion, positive divergence was seen on the weekly RSI, green line. This indicator commonly precedes long-term bullish trend reversals. If you're looking at a weekly chart, the primary resistance level is at $32,000. Nonetheless, there are several intermediate-term barriers to overcome before $32,000. But what's the prediction for the upcoming year? Let's talk about it, but before, like the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the latest videos. Due to a prolonged slump over the previous few months and a stunning drop in recent days, the Bitcoin price is below $25,000. Below is our price projection for BTC over the next few years to help provide some context for its long-term potential. By the year's end of 2023, once the Bitcoin stock price starts a bull run, it can sustain itself for weeks or even months. By the end of 2023, when the second halving approaches, the price of Bitcoin might reach $75,000. By the end of 2024, if the coin continues to gain traction and the Lightning Network continues to grow, its value may increase. As its use spreads, the King coin may eventually be worth as much as $90,000 by the year's end. Although some of the greatest altcoins may gain better utility than Bitcoin over the coming years, this cryptocurrency should retain its place due to its first-mover reputation. Since this is the case, our Bitcoin forecast suggests that the coin's value might peak at $100,000 by 2025. By the year 2030's end, more stores may start accepting Bitcoin as payment, as the rate of cryptocurrency adoption shows no indications of slowing down. In that case, Bitcoin's price could easily rise to over $150,000 by 2030, much beyond its current value of over $100,000. And there are Bitcoin optimists who think the price of one Bitcoin may hit $1 million. By 2040, Bitcoin may have attracted a majority of its potential user base if it has successfully disrupted the conventional financial system and been adopted in several countries. Due to this, by 2040, it may have risen to as much as $250,000. That's all for today, folks, and we hope you enjoyed the information. Keep watching for more amazing videos, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel on your way out. See you next time. Until then, bye.